Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Aligned Dish podcast. My name is Elena. I also go by Aligned Dish. Aligned ish because while I am in alignment most of the time, that ish part is the human experience. We walk in purpose, on purpose, unapologetically around these parts because at the end of the day, that's all we have anyway. I know that I'm uno de uno, which is what that tattoo says. It just means one of one. We create and curate our reality around here. We are the operant powers in our life. Our culture is all about authenticity. If you found this podcast through YouTube, or if you found us on TikTok or Instagram, we're on all platforms, same name. There is a reason for that. It's called universal timing. Everything is divinely timed and always in the right time. It probably means that you are on some sort of spiritual growth journey, or you are stuck at some sort of crossroad where you're trying to really figure out what it is we're supposed to be doing next. Well, congratulations, because you found your tribe. We talk mostly about authenticity and all things life because that ish part gets us collectively as the human collective. We're nothing more than divinity experiencing selves through the human experience. So if that resonates with you, welcome. Today we're going to mostly be discussing authenticity because that's where it all starts. You probably are wondering, what the hell? Authenticity. What does that mean? I'm me. This is who I am. I am authentic. Are you conscious? Are you present? Are you conscious of your presence? Because a lot of times what we deem as authenticity and just being who we are and we'll deal with it and this is how it is, this is who I am, it is what it is. A lot of that is cultural programming. Programming from our familial programming, from our parents, from the culture that we live in, from societal norms, from the whole herd mentality. Well, there's nothing authentic about herd mentality. That's conforming. We don't do that around here. So, if you are wondering, maybe I'm following a protocol that isn't my own, I'm going to tell you how you know. Do you have discord internally? Do you find more days feeling lost or confused or depressed or sad or upset, frustrated, angry? This is your internal GPS, your internal compass. It's literally telling you something is catawampus. We have gone off track. Houston, we have a problem. There's no better signal than listening to within, but this is all about an inner standing, not an understanding. This is all about really being able to sit with yourself, getting to the bottom of what it is that's causing you discord, that's got you that has you not leaning into your truth. Oftentimes it's fear. Sometimes it's also anger. Anger is kind of like your bodyguard, right? Anger is your protector. Fear is also working kind of the same way. Here's the kicker though. Usually the things that we're afraid of, the doors we're afraid to open, it's almost exclusively the path that we're supposed to lean into completely and entirely. This is where growth happens. This is where shadows are integrated. This is where the real work is accomplished. We strive for improvement every day, not at a grandiose scale, but 1%. People so often underestimate what they can get accomplished in a year, or even quarterly, every 3 months or so, or a month, or even a week. But they over expect, over analyze, or over project what they can get done in a day. This is the thing. 1% might not seem like a lot to you, but 1% compounded over the course of a year is 365%. Now, I happen to be in business, been an entrepreneur the majority of my life, but if you're not entrepreneurial yet, I can tell you a 365% ROI is a fantastic number. These are the kind of numbers that we strive for. We are not mad about these numbers. So why would you be mad at this kind of turnover and improvement in self over the course of a year? 1% better every single day compounds at the end of the year. At the end of the month, you're already at 28 to 31% better depending on the month. It's better than you were yesterday, even if it is only 1%. So many people, though, let fear and cultural programming and conditioning run their lives. Well, my guess is you're tired of that. Otherwise, why are you still here listening to this? Recuerda quién carajo eres. It's a saying that I use a lot. Remember who the f*** you are. You're here to do amazing things. You're here to be uno de uno, one of one. You are here to do something that was placed in your heart, very specifically unique to you. Maybe fear has gotten in the way up to this point. Maybe judgment, criticism from your tribe or your people. Here, let me tell you something about this tribe of people that we surround ourselves with. If they're not celebrating you and supporting your moves and cheering for your wins, they're not your people. Okay? Also, it's not up to anybody else to understand what has been placed on your heart. It's up to you to navigate it. It was given to you for a very specific reason. So this is the sign that you've been looking for. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Okay? So many times we let fear get in the way of what we're supposed to be doing. It's past time that we stop that. This world needs more of who you are called to be, more of who we are called to be in our own authentic uniqueness. Your vibe at authenticity is the highest frequency, and it will 100% attract your tribe. Now, a lot of times authenticity, like when you really sit with it and you really break it down, it freaks most people out. But there's so much beauty and freedom once it actually clicks for you, because what authenticity allows you to do is to be unapologetically you and know that everything is falling into place for your greater good. You cannot get it wrong when you're authentic to yourself. You can't get it wrong when you lean into your purpose, when you walk in purpose, on purpose, unapologetically. There's a synchronicity to that. It's such a beautiful experience. I strongly urge you for today, for tonight, for whenever you're listening to this, to like really sit with self and ask yourself, am I living authentically? Is what I'm doing every day what I truly desire to be doing, or is it survival mode? Am I just surviving when I could be thriving? It's scary to completely shift the narrative in your life, but we are here for such a finite amount of time. We don't have time to waste. Now, with that being said, divinity doesn't necessarily rush, okay? However, we also don't waste time. I'm not saying move with a sense of urgency that leads to panic or anxiety, but I am saying move with a sense of urgency, because you're here to do something very specific. And chances are you've kind of been sitting on your laurels up until this point, right? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You can't get it wrong. That's the beauty of it. And it's like any muscle. Okay, so you say, Elena, I'm afraid. I'm terrified. Like, what will people think of me? I'm afraid to be seen. I'm afraid to be heard. I'm afraid of what my friends or family or like they're gonna make fun of me. They're gonna ostracize me. Okay, first and foremost, why would you want people who behave like this around you to begin with? Because blood doesn't make you family. Blood just means you're related. We get the privilege and the free will of choosing our family, our soul family. As we age out of childhood into adulthood, everybody that is in our life is by our own choice. We can't be forced. People say, oh no, I don't have a choice. You always have a choice, love. You always have a choice. Now, you might not like the consequences of one of those choices, but you do in fact have a choice. Which choices are you making? Are they for your best of interest? Are they to fill your soul's purpose? Are they to make you happier? Or are they filling your anxiety, your stress, your frustration, your misalignment with self? You always have a choice. Miss me with that, we don't have a choice. That's called victim mode. That's called excuses. And before you come at me with, oh, you're victim shame. Nope. You misheard. You're listening to me, or you heard that, or you're watching this and filtering it through your... Okay, so we had a little technical glitch. But what I was saying was, it's not about victim shaming or blaming. This is about making active changes in your life to lead a life in purpose, on purpose, to get out of your comfort zones and to get into your purpose of who you really are, to get out of that feeling like something's not right, something is missing. Listen, we only really change when the pain of staying the same is greater than the fear of moving into whatever it is that we're avoiding. So I'm going to end it here because I'm having technical issues, but If this is something that resonates with you, this is the channel for you. If you're not already following, follow along. You can also find us on IG and TikTok, TT and IG, under the same name that you see here. I will also link it down in the description just in case. I've been playing around with the ideas of changing the name slightly, so there will be a link down in the description. So if this resonates with you, definitely follow along, because that is what our entire community is about. Again, I really do apologize for, at the time of this recording, I'm supposed to be leaving for Houston. I travel a lot, but wherever I go, I'm still showing up live every day on TT, or here or somewhere for community. But I am getting ready to head out to Houston, so I have to cut this short because my connection things are being weird. Like, I'm having some technical issues. I have too many things on my storage here. So we're going to get this straight away. We're going to get this squared away before the next go round. But if it resonates with you, follow along, because we have so much more to do, so much more to unpack. It is about time that you show up for self, walking in purpose, on purpose, unapologetically. You have one life here in this particular go round that you likely remember only. Does that make sense? If you know, you know. It's not to be wasted. Tomorrow is not promised to anybody. Ain't none to it but to do it. We'll see you next time. Remember who the fuck you are. Recuerda quien carajo eres. I'll holla at y'all later. Bye.